All right. A lot of things have happened since the last time I was here. If you remember, um, um, Dilly went on holiday.
Sure, I
He
did.
he went to enjoy himself. And interestingly, Dilly, congratulations. Yesterday was Dilly's wife's birthday.
Yeah.
So on behalf of all the crews of Maritime and Border Show and the management of VOP 90.3 FM, we want to say congratulations, madam. We wish you many more happy years on earth.
Thank you so very much.
So, Dilly,
Yeah.
you traveled.
Sure.
I heard the road was something else.
Oh, well, it's become the norm. It's become this abnormality has become normalized in our country. It's we keep talking about it all. We keep finding ways to make the government do their work and stop sitting on their hands and take up their responsibilities. We can't just stop talking about them. It's the roads are terrible. They were go slow.
Did you? Is it that there's a traffic jam, or is it that the roads are unmotorable?
Well, some portions of the road, if you're traveling to Benin, some portions of the road are bad. There are still some some uh, measures being taken to repair the roads. But in some areas, like if you talk about the Benin bypass, it's such a terrible place to pass right now. And after Benin, between Benin and Agbo, the road is so terrible. So they go slow. The traffic jam there, it's usually, unimaginable.
But I don't understand. We have a Monde Okpobolo, the governor of Edo State, who claims to be doing everything to ensure that he gives Mr. President, is it 2.5 or 3.5 million votes? And I'm surprised that his state, he doesn't have, there's no motorable roads.
My brother, all this we talk about it, they just come to the media and talk and talk and talk and do very little about solving the problems of the masses.
Wow.
Infrastructure plays a very key role in the development of a nation, and road infrastructure, the movement of people. It's not just about moving; it's about the economy, growing. It's about people having access to the places from point A to point B. It's more than just talking about it.
No, but now that we're talking about infrastructure, um, this is 2026. It's almost 4 years, or 3 years now.
Yeah, about 3 years.
I remember on May 29, 2023, when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was sworn in, he shocked the nation because people said, "Oh, he did something that nobody could do. He had he's a strategist and all of that." He said subsidy is gone, and then since subsidy is gone, he also told us that the savings from subsidy was going to be used for critical infrastructure. I mean, you
remember again that sometimes last year, was it around August, they told us that they realized the projected amount that
the budget.
Oh yeah,
but they still borrowed.
They were borrowing every other week up until December. They were still borrowing. It's politicians, especially the kind of politicians we have in Nigeria, in this country. Like somebody suggested, they should have a special place in hell for them for the kind of things they make.
In hell or in heaven? Nigeria already. People say Nigeria already is a hell. I mean,
yeah, but our politicians.
I know somebody was saying something like, haven't survived 2025. We need a certificate of survival.
Yeah, I think we do.
Everybody's waiting for Mr. President, but nobody knows where Mr. President is. We're waiting for him to come and issue us the certificate. But you see, where I'm going to is the fact that a lot of money was supposed to have been saved from the subsidy is gone. And, the critical infrastructures are nowhere to be found. So what is going on?
Well, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind.
Now you're going religious. All right. So we're going to look at the news that happened.
Yeah. The course of the week.
Yes. Especially as we're winding down. And then this is a new year. So let us look at the customs started this year, rejoicing, happy, including the NDLEA. It says customs NDLEA intercept 30.1 kilogram cocaine on Marshall Islands flagged vessel
Yeah.
at Lagos port. Security agencies have disrupted a major drug trafficking operation following the interception of 30 slabs of cocaine weighing 30.1 kilogram aboard the Marshall Islands flagged vessel MV Aruna at the Lagos port. The seizure was carried out through a joint operations by the Nigerian Customs Service, Apapa Area Command, and the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA). The seizure occurred on the first working day of the new year at the Greenville terminal within Apapa Port, Lagos. The illicit substance was carefully hidden aboard the ship, further showing the sophisticated tactics employed by smugglers attempting to exploit the nation's busiest seaport. In a statement by Issa Suleiman, a superintendent of Customs and Public Relations Officer of Apapa Port Command, Controller Emmanuel Oshoba, Customs Area Controller of the Command, commended the officers from both agencies for their vigilance and professionalism. This achievement reflects the strong interagency synergy between federal government entities and our commitment to intelligence-led enforcement, he stated. While criminal elements seek to outsmart us, our officers remain one step ahead, ensuring no smuggling attempt, whether disguised as import, export, or transit cargo, succeeds under my watch, he stated. Comptroller Oshoba described the interception as a bold statement for 2026, reaffirming the command's zero tolerance policy towards illicit trade in line with established protocols. The NDLEA has taken possession of the 6 cocaine for further investigation and potential prosecution of those involved. Delhi,
Yeah.
the rate at which drugs, arms, contrabands are entering this country is alarming.
It is shocking.
Yes, and I ask myself, every week, throughout last year, every week, people got arrested for carrying drugs, for bringing drugs into the country, for bringing arms into the country, for bringing all sorts of illegal and contraband into the country. But these people do not give up. Despite the fact that they've been arrested, they don't give up. So, what is the driving force?
Actually, most of the seizures, once the people the couriers or the importers, get a wind that the government agencies are sniffing around, in most cases, they run away.
They just
don't-
abandon
They
their
abandon it and
shipments.
run away, and that is probably the major reason why others are attempting. If most of them are caught and then prosecuted and used as example, I think there'll be a downturn in terms of the amount of drugs being seized. 30.1 kilogram of cocaine.
I mean, it's
You know the
not-
kind of damage that could do in the life, to public health. Aside this, like you just said, every other week they keep seizing drugs. Canadian loud, Ghanaian loud, a more potent version of what we know here as Igbo cannabis. Yeah, because they are well processed to be more potent, and it is terrible. You see a whole lot of our youth members, viable members of the public, who engage in the use of all these things. They become useless. Some walk around like zombies. It is terrible. I don't know how to go about talking about to talk to
effects.
Nigerians to keep away from things like this.
Maybe we should start promoting the I think there's a new law passed by the National Assembly, or maybe it's about to pass it, saying that it's going to be a death sentence for anybody caught. Because I don't understand why anybody in his right mind would want to import something that he cannot use, his family members cannot use, but he's creating nuisance to the society.
Oh, well, maybe because these days death sentence is no longer very
Effective?
not effective, as in it no longer appeals to people's mind.
People have
Eh,
gotten used to it.
People are, yes, yes. It's maybe that sentence, but at least get the person and give the person a very long jail sentence, and then my worry is they being apprehended and then being prosecuted, because in most cases they run away, and the
Or
other
in most cases, the judiciary and those who are prosecuting them don't do the right thing.
like this, it was not even stated whether they were caught. I think it was when they knew that these people are onto them, like the ones that were seized even at a Tinkan or a
No,
month
it
ago.
says the seized cocaine for further has been handed over to NDA for further investigation and potential prosecution of those involved. My problem with this thing, like you just rightly
Yeah.
said,
They didn't
is the
say
fact
whether
that they don't tell us who they
Yeah,
get arrested.
yeah, yeah.
They don't showcase them. I mean,
so-
this is a major bust.
It's rather
Nigerians
vague.
are-
The information there is
Yes.
rather vague.
Nigerians are entitled to know who are these people. We're not just talking about the people on the street, but we're talking about those behind the scene. It's like the headsmen and the farmers clash.
Exactly.
Who are the owners of the cows? You know, we keep
They're not spirits.
We're not
They're
spirits, they're human beings. So we keep punishing the wrong people and allowing the masterminders to go scot free.
Scot free, and the problem keeps exacerbating. Well, moving on. Cocaine shipment scandal. Court extends detention of MV San Antonio, 21 crew members. This is another issue, a case of a drug being seized. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos House ordered the continued detention of a foreign vessel, MV San Antonio, and its 21 crew members over their alleged involvement in a major cocaine smuggling operation. Justice Friday Kemakonam Ogazi granted the order extending the detention of the vessel and its crew by another 14 days to allow the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) conclude its investigation. The case arose from the arrest of the vessel by authorities of the Nigerian Customs Service (NCS) at the Apapa Port, Lagos, shortly after it boarded from Brazil on December 6. During inspection, customs officials reportedly uncovered 25.5 kilograms of cocaine cleverly concealed within a bulk consignment of sugar aboard the board. The discovery immediately raised red flags, prompting the seizure of the vessel and the arrest of all crew members on board. Following the interception, the Nigerian Customs Service formally handed over the vessel, the seized narcotics, and the suspects to the NDLEA for in-depth investigation and prosecution. Those currently detained include the vessel's master, Trophimos Alexander, alongside 20 other crew members of different nationalities serving in various operational roles on the ship. Justice Ogazi had, earlier on December 12th, granted an ex parte application filed by NDLEA counsel, Barrister Kunle Adibaju, authorizing the initial 14-day detention of the vessel and its crew. When the matter came up for hearing again, the NDLEA immediately informed the court that investigations were still ongoing and had not been concluded. Counsel to the agency explained that the complexity of the case necessitated additional time, particularly due to the international nature of the shipment and the concealment method used. I think it's high time we start impounding ships that bring in these drugs, just like they did with this one. Once you get a wind that a particular ship is bringing in something, impound it,
and then
because
then we need to know who are those behind this thing.
Yes, now
It's from now look at how this case is dragging since 6th of December. I joined till I think they said 20th of January.
Yeah.
I mean, why do we take so much time? Before you know it, everybody will lose interest.
And you won't even know what happens with the case.
So I mean, but I think I give kudos to the Nigerian Customs.
Yes.
And also give kudos to the Nigerian National Drug Law Enforcement Agency.
It's one of those things I commend the Comptroller General of Customs for, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi. He's since he came in, he's been talking about collaboration with the customs of other nations, and it's that collaboration that unearths things like this. It's a very good one for him. And the country.
FFN, Nigeria is unique but largely unrecognized gift, says Dr. Anebunam. The founder of the National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders, NAGAF, Dr. Boniface Anebunam, has described the establishment of the Council of Freight Forwarders of Nigeria, CRFFN, as a unique industry gift and a major breakthrough delivered by the National Assembly. He also posited that the uniqueness of the gift is yet to be adequately recognized, let alone appreciated by relevant stakeholders. It is a major breakthrough that the National Assembly has given Nigeria. The CRFFN is one gift Nigerians do not know, a gift that the National Assembly, the honorable members, the wise men have given to Nigeria. While stressing the importance of the nation's freight forwarders and the need for the country to refocus on industry's foundational structures, the original reason for the port reforms. What the Nigerian Shippers Council was doing at the micro level is equally what the freight forwarders are doing at the macro level. This is why the Nigerian Shippers Council may lack the powers to keep the register of freight forwarders. The law establishing NSC does not give them the powers. They are being sponsored by governments and we are not, he said, praising former NSC boss, Barrister Hassan Bello's understanding and unhidden support while holding the reins of power at the NSC, particularly in ensuring that the Council for Regulation of Freight Forwarders came true. I mean, a lot has been said about this CRFFN. Unfortunately, there has been this back and forth amongst those who should benefit from it. Yeah. People have been some groups have been kicking against it. Some groups are in support. And then I ask myself, what is wrong with having a regulatory body for freight forwarders? Is it not something everybody should be happy about?
I think the problem was the problem of the division in terms of support to the CRFFN comes as a result of group interest. What some are saying is that the registrar, the new registrar we have there for about a year now, was picked from a particular group, and which does not align to the interest of another group, professional, and they are supposed to be professional association. I don't know why that is happening, but as indicated in the law that established CRFFN in 2007, they are there for the welfare of freight forwarders and licensed customs agents. So they should rally around the registrar, Mr. Kingsley Igwe, to make the council a strong entity in order to take care of their collective interests.
No, but my worry is the fact that if you say because somebody was picked from one group that does not belong to a particular group, but the question is the man capable?
Of course.
Is he qualified?
He's qualified, he's capable, and he was a practicing freight forwarder, and I think probably the very first one that has been chosen to become the registrar of the CRFFN.
So people should move forward.
Yeah, people should learn how to bury personal interest for the collectives. The Lagos State Waterways Authority. Okay, it says Lagos boat mishap. Last one, Niwa confirmed 6 dead, rescue 4. I think this one comes a little bit home because somebody I knew was a friend to one of those that died.
Oh,
yeah.
May
he so rest in peace. The Lagos State Waterways Authority, LASWA, and the National Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA, have confirmed a boat mishap involving a Savvy marine passenger boat. Both agencies said that the incident occurred at 8:35 p.m. on Tuesday in Lagos. The LASWA head of public affairs unit, Mrs. Uraola Alake, made this known in a statement on Wednesday in Lagos. Alake said that the boat mishap happened on the Niger Delta axis of the Igbologun Water Channel. According to the authorities, the boat was from a Lashe Beach house at the time of the incident. Alake stated that upon receiving a distress alert, both agencies activated their search and rescue teams, which responded promptly and worked closely in collaboration with the Marine Police and other first responders. As at the time of this report, 4 passengers have been successfully rescued and transported to a nearby hospital where they are currently receiving medical attention. Sadly, six other passengers were recovered dead at the scene. Search and rescue operations remain ongoing to account for all persons involved, she said. She said that preliminary findings indicate that the incident might have been caused by a collision of the boat with a submerged object. Now, this is where I get worried. We every year we read about budget for people, uh, budget for the removal of wrecks within the waterways, especially around our these inland waterways. And this wreck, because these wrecks, if they are not removed, they cause havoc, such as this one. A boat, the waters around within the inland waterways are shallow water, less than most of them less than 6 meters deep. And some of these wreck, maybe boats that have been capsized and submerged, maybe not fully submerged, or submerged in such a way that it sticks out to a certain level that it will impede the movement of another boat. And when another boat comes along, it hits it and then capsizes and then causes damage to lives and property. It's rather unfortunate. I wish that all the agencies involved in the clearance of clearance and removal of wrecks can come into action to do their job. We're talking here about NIMASA, LASWA, NIWA, and all the agencies that are in charge of our waterways. Well, we say may the souls of those departed in the course of this accident rest in perfect peace of the Lord.
Yeah, like you said, my worry also is the fact that nobody gets punished, nobody gets to be held responsible. I mean, if we follow what the Lagos State Waterways have just said, that it was as a result of
caused by a wreck.
A wreck. Who is supposed to remove it?
Actually, mainly it's the duty of NIMASA.
So why have they not? So who will be punished? So these are the things that happens in this country. You keep asking yourself, where are we headed? People are in government offices, collecting salaries, not doing what they are employed to do. It's an abnormality. I find it very, very abnormal that this kind of things can happen and everybody's keeping quiet. Everybody's keeping quiet. It's not, it doesn't really speak well at all. And I think it is time we begin to, punish people for offenses. Maybe by the time one person or two persons are held responsible and punished, other people will sit up. I mean, innocent lives have just been lost.
Yeah, like I said, somebody I know is a friend to one of the guys that was involved in the accident. That actually, that it took them days before they could find the body. And like he was speaking about the guy, the late friend. He was a very jolly good fellow, loved by everyone within their circle. So he was saying that he was lamenting, why is it that the good ones are the first to go and everything. It affected the person so much.
It's not about the good ones. It's just about the way God wants it. So they want us to believe. West Africa stowaway cases surging despite repeated shipboard checks. Shippers have warned of rising cost and risk from persistent port-side breaches. China Shippers Mutual P&I Association, also known as China P&I Club, has flagged a renewed surge in stowaway cases involving member vessels. The incidents were heavily concentrated at West African ports during 2025. Recall that 2 Nigerians were found on the rudder of the MSC Mata, built 2005, when it arrived in the Canary Islands in 2023. In an alert published on December 22nd, 2025, China P&I Club said it has handled multiple claims in the 2025 policy year, despite long-standing circulars and guidance issued since 2010 on stowaway prevention and response. Well, this is a very sometimes you don't even know what to say when the way people take risk, the way young people take risk, the way adults take risk. I mean, sometimes we've had, I know we've had stories of people being thrown into the ocean when they are caught, stowing away. So I keep asking myself, why do people still, getting so involved in this, deadly adventure of, subjecting themselves to this kind of situation?
Well, the answer apparently is so clear, apparent, my man, because people are trying to escape the harsh economic realities that we have around. But by doing this, stowing away, like you just read here, actually, that's about the second case I have heard of people being caught on the rudder of a ship. The ship is moved for thousands of kilometers. People hanging on to the rudder. That's the outside part of the ship.
Yes,
Right?
now.
It's extremely dangerous. I read about one that arrived in Brazil with two Nigerians on the rudder. This is another one. It's crazy.
Nigerians are taking a lot of risk.
Too much risk.
Whereas we know that
And we should also know this. The streets of Europe and America are not paved with gold.
I mean,
Like one American singer said, I think it was Little Richard. He said, the grass may be greener on the other side, but it's just as hard to cut. So even if you escape to that other part,
how do you
still
survive?
need to
You
work
still
for
need-
it.
Yes, nothing comes easy.
Nothing comes easy.
So I think yes, in as much as everybody's complaining about the current economic situation, but I think people should not subject themselves to this kind of,
Inhuman way of living. Yeah.
not even human, mindless adventure. An adventure that has no beginning, that has no end.
Exactly. Well, moving on. New tax law will affect port operations negatively. Shippers. The Nigerian shippers, especially exporters, have called on the federal government to jettison the new tax law, which took effect from Thursday, January 1st, 2026. The shippers said that the new tax law will make port operations more expensive, while exporters will likely avoid the nation's seashore for those of neighboring ports that are more economically friendly. Speaking with Saturday's Sun, the former president of the Shippers Association of Lagos State, Jonathan Nico, urged the federal government to put the new tax law on hold, saying that it will make things more expensive at the nation's ports. Anything that takes away 1 kobo from 1 million will not make that 1 million to be 1 million anymore. So much as the government is introducing the new tax regime, the effect will be very devastating on the masses. And I understand that this matter is already in the court. So we cannot delve deeply into it since the matter is already in court, and we expect the government to listen to the people. Not just a handful of people in government, but to listen to the generality of Nigerians. If you want to bring a law and everybody's saying no, why are you in a hurry to do that? Just send the law, continue with your public enlightenment campaign, and let the buy-in be more than the stakeholders' resistance. That is the only way government can move forward. Because if the general public, for instance, if the market woman decides not to sell again, it will not affect everybody. If the port is shut, it will affect everybody. It is when you have enough money that you are not taxable, and you pay tax on profit, not to your turnover, he explained. Now, the new tax law which has come into effect is generating more heat. And I think the federal government should do well to listen to the words of the experts and the average Nigerian about the effect of this new law, so that it doesn't cause more damage, more harm than is intended. I think, like somebody said, one of the political people in the opposition, you cannot tax people when they are poor, and you cannot tax a nation into prosperity, especially where there are no opportunities. There has to be some opportunities for growth, opportunities to make money for the populace before you now tax them. Create those opportunities first, create jobs, create avenues for investors to bring in their money to invest in production, in agriculture, in different areas of the economy, so that he can now tax them. Introducing these taxes before doing the needful is like putting the cart before the horse.
Yeah, yes. I mean, for me, I keep saying that um, everybody in Nigeria wants to pay tax, but the question is, what are you doing with the taxpayers' money? And that's where people are asking serious questions. If you remember, I think there's something that's been trending on social media, credited to Taiwo Oyedele, the man behind the new tax reform.
Okay.
I think it was in 2020? Yes, sometime in November. During the COVID period,
Mm.
the Kogi State government came out and imposed tax on bread. And the man tweeted. He said, "This is just wrong. COVID or no COVID, no government can become rich by taxing poverty."
Exactly.
And that is quite it's quite a news that I mean, it's something that we should take to heart.
Yeah.
But the way it is, I'm asking, between that
What has
2020
changed?
and now, what has changed? The Nigerian, have their condition become better? Are there better roads? Are there better hospitals? Are there better transport fare? Has the price of petrol come down? So what has changed
Rather,
between
inflation has
2019 and today? What has changed?
Nothing much.
So I don't
The-
know,
the-
and I don't know why Mr. President is bent on,
The
not
poverty
listening.
rate has grown higher.
Yes, not listening to the people. Mr. President is bent on not listening to the people. And then you ask yourself, is this really democracy? Because democracy is government of the people, for the people, and by the people. And when you're not listening to the people, then you're not a Democrat. So there must be something about this tax law that you and I are not aware of, that even the professionals themselves are not clear on.
My worry here is this: like these shippers are saying, Nigeria is an import-dependent nation. Most of what we use, even the very machineries we
Everything is
use
imported.
for producing the little goods that we do produce are imported. So if you impose so much tax on some of the things that come in, it's going to have a more negative effect on the economy. Why don't you allow things to grow? Pave way, create avenues, create environment for production, and get more people to be more engaged in production, and then you can tax them. You can widen the tax net then.
No,
Not
but
now that
I'm also while we're talking about this whole thing about this tax, the government has kept mute about the details of the agreement they signed with France.
that's another
Yeah,
thing.
they've kept mute about it, and I don't know why this government just keeps keeping quiet. When people are asking questions, everybody go quiet. But when it becomes an issue of hitting somebody in the opposition, you see everybody out
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and it's like the Nigerians who go about criticizing others for asking questions, they behave as if they don't live in this country. All right, police list 4 charges, drags Anthony Joshua's driver to court after accident. The Ogun State Police Command
That's
has formally
terrible.
charged the man who drove when Anthony Joshua and some of his associates were involved in a car accident to court. The police public relations officer of the command, Olusheyi Babasheyi, who confirmed the development to newsmen, said the 46-year-old driver, identified as Adeniyi Mobolaji Kayode, was formally charged in connection with the accident. Police filed 4 charges against the driver before a Shagamu Magistrate Court in the Shagamu local government area of Ogun State on Friday, January 2nd, 2026. The charges include dangerous driving causing death, contrary to Section 5(1) of the Federal Highway Act, Cap F 135, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, as applicable in Ogun State. 2. Reckless and negligent driving, contrary to Section 6(1) of the same Act. Driving without due care and attention, causing bodily harm and damage to property, contrary to Section 7(1). Driving without a valid national driver's license, contrary to Section 10(1) of the Federal Highway Act. The defendant was granted bail in the sum of 5 million with two sureties. He was, however, remanded pending the fulfillment of his bail conditions. The court adjourned the matter until January 20th, 2026 for further proceedings. That's is one thing that, one case that you don't even know where to start, talking from. Yeah, assuming the driver had died, who would they have taken to court? And then, I don't understand, why would Joshua and his entourage bought a car that the driver has no license? Like the police wants us to believe. Why would they do that? Who owns the car?
Maybe the car may be on hire. So
I mean, how can a whole Joshua come to Nigeria and be hired in a car? A superstar like that?
you know that they take it maybe from the where he's coming from, the climb he's coming from. It is taken for granted that for anybody to operate a cab or have a car, you must have valid driver's license and all the papers, like we call particulars, in place before you engage in commercial driving.
But I also hear that the car rammed into a stationary
a stationary object.
Truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
and two persons died there.
Yes, I hope I'm right. But if that is it, why have they not arrested the owner of that station truck? Why would they allow such a truck to be, abandoned on the express like that? Yes, it's.
Well, there are so many questions to ask.
Yes,
in this case.
I agree that there's need for accountability, there's need for probity, there's need for people to take responsibility. But I think that the driver is still in shock to be remanded in prison. He should be in the hospital receiving treatment. The shock of such an accident where people lost their lives is not a child's play. But I hope the police will keep Nigerians posted as the proceedings proceed.
Yeah. I think it's a good thing that Anthony Joshua has been discharged from the hospital, but it's unfortunate that 2 lives were lost in the course of the accident. Well, moving on, NIMASA ends 2025 on a high. The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, has ended the year 2025 on an impressive note, recording far-reaching achievements that have strengthened Nigeria's maritime sector and enhanced the country's standing in global maritime governance. Under the leadership of the Director General, Dr. Dayo Mobirola, the agency earned commendations from the presidency, maritime institutions, labor unions, and a broad spectrum of industry stakeholders. Throughout the year under review, NIMASA, operating under the supervision of the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, sustained a reform-driven agenda focused on maritime safety and security capacity development, regulatory efficiency, labor harmony, and international engagement. These deliberate efforts culminated in one of Nigeria's most significant maritime milestones in recent history, the country's successful return to the International Maritime Organization (IMO) Council after a 14-year absence. In terms of the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund, that's the CVVF, the NIMASA management, under the supervision of the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency Adugboyega Oyetola, have successfully cracked a major bottleneck hindering the disbursement of the funds, and 2026 is looking very promising. With sustained reforms, robust stakeholder collaboration, and proactive global engagement, NIMASA enters 2026 well positioned to consolidate gains and further advance Nigeria's standing as a leading maritime nation. To me, 2025 has been very good in terms of what we achieved generally in the maritime sector, especially with, of course, Nigeria being admitted into the Category C of the International Maritime Organization, a position that we have been seeking for the past 14 years. Credit goes to everybody who worked, who put hands on deck to make sure that that dream and that aspiration has been realized. And furthermore, in their quest to make the Nigerian waterways safer, the Deep Blue project has been effective in curbing piracy within the our shores, and then of course in the generally in the Gulf of Guinea. All this and the many other things that they've done over the past 1 year, it really has helped to show up as our image internationally. I think it's a good one for them.
Yeah, yes, it's they must have been able to reel out their achievements in
Achievements for the year.
2025, and then they are also looking at 2026. For me, I think that the most important thing that everybody is looking forward to in 2026 is how to disburse funds to those who want to get involved
In
in shipping.
Yeah.
Other than those who want to build ships, you should also devise other um, incentives for people who would not go into shipping but would want to go into the maritime industry. They should be more visible to the people. I mean, it's very, very important that they do that. All right. Canada deports 366 Nigerians, while 974 await removal. Canada deported 366 Nigerians between January and October 2025 as it intensified immigration enforcement at the fastest pace in over a decade. Statistics from the Canada Border Service Agency, CBSA, removals program further revealed that 974 Nigerians are currently listed under removal in progress, awaiting deportation from Canada. The data, last updated on November 25, 2025, show that Nigeria ranked 9th among the top 10 nationalities deported from Canada within the period under review. Nigeria also placed 5th among countries with the highest number of pending removals. A breakdown of the figures show that Nigeria deportation have fluctuated over the years. In 2019, Canada deported 339 Nigerians. The number dropped to 302 in 2020, 242 in 2021, and 199 in 2022. Nigeria did not feature among the top 10 deported nationalities in 2023 and 2024. However, in 2025, the country returned to the list with 366 removals recorded within just 10 months, an 8% increase compared to 2019 figure. I find it very sad that Nigerians will take the risk of going abroad to seek for greener pastures, and at the end of the day, they get deported. And then the question is, where do they start from?
It's very distressing because if you imagine what some Nigerians go through in order to see themselves travel abroad, some sell family property, some sell land, some sell a whole lot of things that are, some use their life savings to travel out. And the savings of other people, their parents, their guardians, a whole lot of things that they invest into traveling out. But the some of them who do this also do this without having the requisite papers. They write kind of documents that you need to stay in those countries, and of course their system is not like our own system that's so porous. They get to be found out and then deported. I'm not saying Nigerians should not travel. They should travel, but make sure that when you travel, you have the right papers and obey the laws.
Follow the right way.
Follow the right path to traveling, and then obey the laws of that country whether you're going to. Of course, first and foremost, get to know the country you are going into. What kind of law do they have? What kind of system do they have? Would you be able to cope in that kind of system? And make sure that you have a focus, you have a direction as to what you intend to go there to do, and then before you start traveling out.
Then I think the major problem is that a lot of Nigerians just want to get out of Nigeria. They don't care.
For traveling sake.
Yes, not traveling, just want to get out. They're just seeking for a greener pasture, and they believe that the only way is just whatever it takes, whatever happens, let's just get out of this country and see. But like you said, it's not Uhuru out there.
No. Moving on. U.S. to run Venezuela until a new leader emerges. Trump. It's another one. United States President Donald Trump has announced that the U.S. will be running the Venezuela as it transitions into new leadership. President Trump stated this on Saturday during a press conference following a U.S. strike on Venezuela, where President Nicolas Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, were captured. We can't take a chance that somebody else takes over Venezuela that doesn't have the good of the people, of the Venezuelan people in mind, he said. Trump added that the oil business in Venezuela was a bust and that American oil companies will be spending billions in dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure, the oil infrastructure, and start making money for the country. He stated that all political and military figures in Venezuela should understand that what happened to Maduro could happen to them. Venezuela people are free again, he adds. He also says America is a safer and prouder nation today. Well, I do not really totally understand the politics of why this action was taken to remove the president of another sovereign country. But
They just captured him like a rat.
but America has been doing this, and I personally, I do not subscribe to that because that means that you do not recognize the sovereignty of a nation. But whatever reason, I think the reason they try to adduce mainly is because of the issue of drug trafficking, which is against the the economy and the public health of the average American. And I don't know if the reasons are justified, but
I would say that the issue between America and Venezuela has been on for a long time.
a very long
And you know
time.
the 2024 election that brought in
Nicolas Maduro,
Maduro.
who has been there for quite some time.
that's his third tenure now.
Yes, he was a vice to the late, the other one that died, and he took over. And he's been,
So now the thing is this: it's been ongoing, and then you ask yourself, why would the president of a nation be linked to drug cartel? It's funny.
you know, my man, my worry is this. The point you're raising. Venezuela used to be the shining star of the Latin American countries in the 70s, in the 60s or
Until
70s.
drug and bad governance took over.
Bad governance
Yes.
took over.
So see,
They used
what
to be
America
the shining
is doing.
star of Latin
what-
America, the South American continent, until people mismanaged the economy to the point that the country, their shelves in the stores became empty, and they were living in abject poverty.
Didi,
People
what
used to
America
try-
is doing is what I expect that ECOWAS and African Union will do. Any country you have a dictator coming, any country you have bad
military or
government,
civilian.
anyone, any country where you have sit tight leaders, you come in, you speak out. I think if this kind of things are happening, our leaders will know that it's not about them.
There are consequences to actions and inactions.
You can't be a leader and you do whatever you want to do. Look at what is happening in Rivers State between the
The governor Fubara and then
it's an eyesore. These are two adults. It's an eyesore. The things that are happening, makes you think that the leaders themselves sometimes don't even think out of the box. All right, as you continue to talk about Venezuela, tension as Russia, Cuba, Iran, Colombia react after U.S. captured Venezuelan President Maduro and his wife. Different countries, including Iran, Russia, Colombia, and Cuba, have reacted to the United States capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. U.S. President Donald Trump had announced the capture of Maduro and his wife. Trump said they were flown out of the country after their capture, but the Venezuelan government charged its U.S. counterpart for proof of life for Maduro and his wife. It also accused the U.S. government of extremely serious military aggression by Washington, while declaring a state of emergency, as several leaders allied with Caracas denounced the U.S. action. In their separate reactions, Russia condemned the U.S. military action as an act of armed aggression against Venezuela. Iran, on its part, said it strongly condemns the U.S. military attack on Venezuela and a flagrant violation of the country's national sovereignty and territorial integrity. Colombian President Gustavo Petro called Maduro's capture as U.S. assault on the sovereignty of Latin America, which would lead to a humanitarian crisis. Cuba, an ally of Venezuela, denounced what it called state terrorism against the brave Venezuelan people. According to a statement by President Miguel Diaz-Canel, who urged a response from the international community following a criminal attack on Caracas. I mean, like we said, it's getting complicated. But,
Yeah.
but America has done what it wants to do.
Well, America has appointed itself as a policeman of the world.
Did they
It's
appoint
ra-
themselves or they want
No, they appointed themselves.
what way?
Nobody gave them that power to become the policeman of the world. It's just that they are the major superpower. I think it's a unipolar world right now. We used to have bipolar world when Russia under the as the USSR they were still neck in neck with America when it comes to competing for I mean
for superpower.
yeah, as a superpower. But things changed, and America has taken up the mantle as a policeman of the world. But what we keep saying is it legal? Is it moral right for a country to wake up one day and say we are going to that nation to remove the leader of the nation? Why don't we? There are channels of removal of a president of a nation, and that's internationally. And one of them is not by aggressively going to militarily remove the person in power, no matter what or you may think about the person. I don't think it's right. So because tomorrow we may wake up to find out that another country's president. It happened in Panama. It happened in several other countries in Latin America and the Caribbean. And
With all this that happened, I'm surprised that leaders within this region they don't think out of the box.
Abi?
Yes, they keep
because it keeps happening.
It keeps happening.
Maybe 10 years down the line again, another one will happen.
I remember that this
Reagan did this when he was.
I remember that this president, this Venezuelan
Nicolas
president,
Maduro.
I remember he was convicted in an American court for drugs,
Yeah.
and all of that. So why
That's in absentia.
in absentia. So maybe that's the enforcement of that judgment, But then,
But there are international laws. America has its own national laws. There are international laws. There are international treaties. Why don't you follow those? If the man travels to another country, a third country, you cannot say call for him to be extradited to the U.S. Why going aggressively to the U.S. to militarily remove him from his country, which is a sovereign country? It's not Venezuela is not an appendage of the U.S.
Well, whatever it is, it has happened. It has happened. All we're asking is let there be peace and let the human casualty be properly managed.
Okay, moving on. Kwakwanso weighs new political alliance with Peter Obi. This is a political one. Kwakwanso weighs new political alliance with Atiku Obi as NNPP stronghold in Kano crumbles. As political permutations ahead of the 2027 general elections begin to intensify, former governor of Kano State and national leader of the New Nigerian People's Party, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso, is reportedly reviewing his political future amid major realignments within his home state. The recalibration follows the defection of Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf alongside a large number of members of the Kano State House of Assembly to the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, a development that has significantly weakened the NNPP's grip on the state. Kano, which served as the NNPP's political stronghold during the 2023 elections, is now witnessing a steady erosion of party structure, raising questions about its survival beyond the current political cycle. In response to these shifting dynamics, it is gathered that Kwakwanso is considering a possible alliance with former Vice President and People's Democratic Party (PDP) presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar and the Labour Party's 2023 flag bearer, Mr. Peter Obi. The proposed alliance is said to be under the platform of the African Democratic Congress (ADC), which is increasingly being positioned as a coalition party for major opposition figures ahead of 2027 election. Sources close to the development disclose quite quiet but strategic negotiations are ongoing between Kwakwanso's camp and the ADC leadership as it talks focus on forging a formidable opposition bloc capable of challenging the APC. Although much of Kwakwanso's political structure in Kano appears to be tilting toward the APC, the former governor is believed to be reluctant to follow that path, opting instead to explore a broader national coalition. Well, even within the NMPP, they have two factions of the NMPP. Of course, the founder of NMPP is Boniface Okichukwu Ebonam, who you also read in another news when you were talking about the CRFFN. And there's been this fight in court about who actually owns the NMPP. Kwakwanso has a faction of it, and Ebonam has a faction of it. And they've been in court. And now the whole fight has resulted in the only governor of NMPP that they have, the Kano State governor, moving to the APC. So it's like Kwakwanso has now been thrown into a political desert right now. So he needs to align himself with a particular coalition that is gaining ground now in the ADC. And maybe it's a right move for him to make.
Well, I think the Kano has been boiling in the last few days. Yes, it's been boiling. It's the heat is on, and what baffles me most is the way all the governors are moving to
turning the country into one party state.
No, but I keep asking, when you're moving as a governor from your party to another party, what is it about the APC government that is
attracting everybody into the party?
Because they're not telling us. They just keep telling us they want to be close to the center. And I keep asking those who are already close to the center. Look at the governor of Akwa Ibom State that moved because of the deep
seaport, Ibom seaport. Deep seaport.
What has happened? We've not heard anything about it.
No.
Everybody's gone quiet. So the governor of Delta State that has moved. We have not seen anything. Yeah. Delta State is worse than it was before.
Yes, worse than it was.
I mean,
that's my state.
Yes, if you're going from Asaba to Onitsha now, that Niger Bridge is something else. So what are they doing? Why are these governors moving? Why are they taking Nigerians for granted? And that's why I keep saying that we need to look at document, that 1999 constitution that allows them to move. It needs to be expunged. So that if you're moving as a governor from party A to party B, you drop your governorship.
Yeah, because you came through the platform of another
This whole thing pains me the more because we have a man who claims to be a Democrat as our president.
Oh, well.
I would have expected that he would not allow such shenanigans to happen.
Oh, well, like some people say, talk is cheap. It's easier to say something, but it's harder for you to do it.
All right, this is VOP 90.3 FM.
The Maritime and Border Show with Leo Tommy and
Prince Chilaka. This is 2026. Like I said, it's going to be hot. It's going to be spicy. It's going to be educative. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be everything you want to know about the maritime industry. Yeah. Unfortunately, our guests couldn't.
He's not been able to make it. Yes. And today we are trying to do a recap of events that shape the 2025 and to project forward. To
look at what happens in 2026. Yeah. So we're going to put our phone lines are going to be opened because it's going to be interactive as usual. Like
very
we had,
interactive.
When Dilly was not here, you and I. We had a lot of...
you freestyle.
Yeah, it was awesome. Okay. So our numbers that you can reach us are 0700 903 903 903
and 0817 175 6338
0803 692 9933.
Please don't forget that this show is open for
sponsorship.
We are looking for sponsorship.
Take that. Yeah. So our lines are open. We'll receive your calls and then we'll start up from there. Yes, hello.
Afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Your name
My
and
name is Robert.
oh,
I
Robert.
greet your colleague. I always forget
His
his
name
My
is
name.
name
I
is
don't know
Dilly
why.
Dili Utomi.
Utomi.
Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year
Happy
to
New Year
you.
I'm
to you,
calling you
Mr.
from
Robert.
Papa. I think the arrest of Maduro is a welcome development and
Okay.
Okay.
it's well supported by me.
Okay.
This man,
Your reason,
this
sir?
Venezuela president, is a fugitive of America since 2020.
Okay.
Wow.
People should not forget about that. America warned him during Trump first term that he should stop bringing drug to the US, and he has been evading arrest before the man left and Biden took over. And when Trump came again, this man has been so catching him. He said, "Well, let me say something, Oga Chilaka. I told you some time ago, sir, that I work in the port.
Yes.
You see, these ships that normally bring goods from abroad, they call them sugar, some say maybe most of them. I want NDLA and the Nigeria Customs to focus on them squarely. These are means where they bring drug to this country. I am telling you, if cocaine is mixed with sugar, how will you know? You understand?
But how do they get it out at the end of the day?
So the ship in this thing is a real threat to this country, bringing all this so-called sugar and this. NDLA should beam their satellite on them and the Nigeria custom.
Thank you so
Thank
very,
you very
much,
much.
Mr.
God
Robert.
bless you.
That's a very good one. Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Prince Chilaka and Nyango.
Not Yango, Dilly Utomi.
My name is Dili Utomi.
Okay, your voice look like Yango's voice too.
My name is Dili.
Prince Chilaka, this is B from Epe calling you.
Baby, how are you?
It's like Sunday. Sunday is a cool time. I always like the way the analysis are done.
Thank you so very much.
Not too much bashing of the government. All right. Because I heard you concerning the tax, the maritime people complaining about the tax. I think the tax administration of Nigeria, before now, I don't think there is tax at all because it is not organized. It is now they are.
Are you a tax consultant? No, because if you're not a professional tax consultant, you can't be talking of what you don't know about. Both of us were consultants, and that's why we didn't bother going.
You know, most of the rich men, I don't think they usually pay tax. You understand?
You do not think.
The president.
That is an assumption.
That's speculation, sir.
You're making an assumption unfounded.
Okay, all right. This is actually what I want to say. If you want to know places where tax, because I heard you say you don't tax out of poverty. No, it's not true. Tax is a civil obligation. It's a civil. It's not because you want to get out of poverty.
Hold on.
Yes.
If you have no food to eat and you have no money to move around, and somebody wants to tax you, what will you do?
Based on this tree, it's true historically, tax, even poor people are taxed. Even one of the reasons that France, during the revolution, it was because of tax.
What was the outcome of the tax?
You're talking about the French Revolution.
What happened?
Yes. What I'm trying to say is that it's not because they want to get off property.
AB, please.
Yes, sir.
You can discuss.
Let me talk now. You don't want
you can
to
discuss
talk
on any other subject, not on the subject of this tax, because you are not. You are not knowledgeable to talk about it. I mean, let's be.
You are not about knowledgeable. It's a suggestion. Are you getting me? So tax is not for to get out of poverty. It's a civil obligation. As a Nigerian, every Nigerian is supposed
to you pay tax?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
I do.
Snap your recent tax paper and send to us.
I don't have data. Don't worry. When I have data, I will send it to you. Thank you.
That's quite interesting.
No, you know, this guy is one guy that he comes on air, he tries to tell you that the government is doing everything that the government is doing is wonderful. He doesn't see anything faulty in it. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Maritime and Border Show. Your name and where you're calling from, please. Yes, sir.
My name is Dili
Utomi.
Dili, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Your name, sir?
I don't know why This AD of a guy, I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Honestly speaking, I think. Anyway, sir.
Sir, please state your own. Tell us why you called, sir.
The man, this tax is not. This is not the right time for this tax. It's not. It's not yet time. It's not yet time. Things are not yet. It's not yet. They are not yet in the right places before they tax people. There should be employment. You tax people that are employed, not unemployed people. You tax people that are eating well, not hungry people. Anyway, sir. Never be the case. Whatever, sir.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for
Thanks,
calling.
sir.
Thank you. So, Tilias, oh God, the phones are buzzing.
Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling
Hello.
from?
Good afternoon. My name is Isaka Abdul Salam. I'm calling from Ajoji, Lagos, Nigeria.
You're
All
welcome.
right. Good
sir.
afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah. Let's have.
So far so good. Yeah. Okay. So far so good. You people are talking a lot about Nigeria. Honestly, Nigeria. I don't know what can I really say it myself. What way we can say you do? I already say it. You just put small. Then you say small dish on it. Yeah. About this moving drugs in Nigeria is so every day by day. We used to hear NDLEA and capture, here and there, custom capture, and NDLEA here and there. I try, honestly. But what is the main problem? People that are go and import it from other countries to this country, they are the bad element.
Yeah.
They are the bad element. They don't like the country move forward. If you love your country, I don't think you will order that thing from other countries to bring your country.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. we
Thank you
appreciate-
very
thank
much
you
for your
very much.
opinion, sir.
So,
Yeah, it's I think he has a point there, and we should make the environment less fertile for people to bring in these things. It's not good for public health. It's not good it's not good for our image, being maybe a transiting country for drugs, or a country where drugs are dumped into. It's not good, whichever way you look at it. We should
Hello.
yes, good
up the
afternoon.
ante
Your
in
name
terms
and
of
where you're
fighting
calling
against
from?
these drugs. Make us
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Because I was getting someone when you pick the call.
Okay.
So you see what happened concerning the issue of a tax. There's one thing I want to
Yes,
say.
sir, sir. Where are you calling in from?
Sorry, my name is Sunday. I'm calling from Mushi.
All right, sir, Mr. Sunday.
Yeah.
Let's have your
But
thoughts.
I want to start by thanking you. Well done, job.
Yeah.
You see, one thing concerning this tax of issue. There's something that we should understand. When a child speaks, you understand his speech. And when a man acts, you understand his heart.
Okay.
So, concerning the issue of tax in Nigeria, we do not need to be told that the level of our presidency or the people who govern Nigeria are very low. If it's not low, they can't begin to attack the people who they don't give job. Just like when this young man was talking now. So I don't need to talk about him as a person. But I'm trying to say that you see, you can't ask a child to work when you don't give him food when he's hungry. Then when you ask them to talk about tax, people are there dying of hungry, no work, no lights, no good roads. What will you do stuff that give you the idea of taxing the people who have nothing? So my brothers, I don't think their understanding is better. As to me, it's very low. Then about Congress, jumping to trying to be work with the yeah. You see, what I want to say is that when the right thing stands, we do not need to checkmate this thing is right or not, because everybody has eyes. So what I'm saying that if ADC did the right thing, I'm telling you, many people will still run to that very party. Despite those who are running to APC,
the governors. If they do the right thing, I'm telling you, many people will still run to that very party before the end of this year. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. We are looking at the events of 2025 and see, since our guest is not here, we do the analysis ourselves.
Yeah, let me start with 2025. We saw change of batting. There was a lot of change of batting, especially I'm more interested in KLT.
Okay. From Edeldoc to...
From Joy Edeldoc to
Adigun.
Adigun. Joy came as a controller, and then she left as an ACG.
ACG, yeah.
And then we have
ADC.
ADC acting as the CAC. And having interacted with Adigo is a very competent and seasoned custom officer. And if you come to KLT, you'll see he's already making some changes, that are very, very visible. And one thing why I'm saying all of this is I found out that most of the appointments, the new area controllers that were appointed,
are
DCs.
DCs, okay.
So I'm asking, is it deliberate? There's more to it, or there's something we should expect? But it's like bringing the younger ones up. Then what happens to all the controllers?
I think it's maybe it's a deliberate action to try to bring the younger ones up, and I think maybe I'm not particularly sure whether there's a kind of it's a gap that needs to be bridged in terms of hello.
Go ahead.
In terms of people who are qualified, people who are to head the area commands, and they are now experimenting on using the DCs, the younger ones. Most of them who came in after the 2000s, to bridge that gap.
All right. Hello. Good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello. Good afternoon, Chilaka and
Dili Utomi.
Dili Utomi. I know you are brother to Pat Utomi. Is that right?
Well, we are not related, but we are from the same area.
Okay, Utomi, I love that man, and I hope your story is own kind of.
Well, I'm trying to carve a niche for myself.
Yes.
Make a name for myself.
You must have a role model, huh? Sometimes.
Yeah, sure. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling
My name is Chief Joseph Okando, calling from Ukwafor Badagry.
All right, sir. Make your point, sir.
Yeah, my point is that although you have a lot of issues concerning the maritime areas, I was gripped when I heard something concerning the CRFFN and the Nigerian Shippers Council trying to, bring up a kind of a line between them who regulates the stakeholders. You see, the inception of CRFFN was controversial because the customs.
How so, sir?
Yeah.
How so? How do you? Why?
Yes. CRFFN stemmed from Minister of Transport during Amechi's period, and the interested parties, like somebody is telling you, there are some people that are particularly aligned with that CRFFN. Yes, those are the people who made sure that Minister of Transport floated that regulatory body. And that regulatory body, if you look at it critically, cannot regulate customs license agents, who is an indigenous tax facilitator or organ. So you can see that freight forwarding is a different thing altogether with customs license agents who facilitates collection of revenue for the federal government. And he drew a kind of argument within that period, but because of the political, sway, they were able to have their take, and that is what is happening. You see, customs does not even, show concern, and that is why you see that the revenue collection and everything is mixed up. The customs agents is purely on collecting revenue, not on the area of freight, trying to determine how you bring up the goods after the customs has, cleared it on paper. So it is a problem that is interesting them. In Nigerian Shipyard Council, what is their job? They're just there. If you go there, they don't give you any clear picture of what they do. This CRFFN was sent only to control the clearing agents, and then they now brought in transporters and everything. You can see a lot of mix-up. So until we can have a sane society, because Chilaka was saying nobody bears the brunt of whatever happens. Until you have a sane, society where you have ship mishap, on what area did it happen? What cost it? People are just there collecting money on their different ministries, plotted for political gains, and then we are not really trying to organize ourselves as a people who want a sane society where things work out well. So that's why I said let me react a little bit, because I worked in that sector as a customs license agent, and then you can see what is happening today now. Though it has been modernized to what is happening, yes, but the customs agent is a clear-cut indigenous, organization that even the security of this nation has to do with them to report. But the other things are floated. It is bastardized by polarizing it, not giving a customs agent the recognition is supposed to have through the customs who licenses them. And then they are now pulled over. The transfer want to control them. Port agents like Port Authority want everybody, the police. You see, it's not like that. So until we come with a clearer picture, the customs agent, which is a tax facilitator of this nation, things will get more better. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. First, I want to make one small correction with what you said. Yes, you said that the CRFFN, that's the Council for the Regulation of Freight Forwarding in Nigeria, was established under the former minister Amechi's tenure.
Yes.
No, sir, that was wrong. The CRFFN was an act of law that was brought into being in 2007. Amechi wasn't there. That was under the, I think, Yaradua regime. Amechi wasn't there. Yeah. So it was in 2007 that it came to be, and it was an act of parliament that brought it into
no, it's a political issue. I was around. So only my colleagues.
Hold on, sir. Let me. It was in 2007 that it was inaugurated and brought into being.
Yes.
Well, you remember, if you may go deep into research, it was supposed to be a private regulatory agency led by private persons. But the government took it over to
that is what I'm
do the regulation by themselves. And secondly, sir, secondly, a thing I want to bring out here is this. What is the dichotomy within the ranks of the freight forwarders and the licensed customs agents? Why the nomenclature here? Is this an issue of nomenclature or an issue of definition? Because some of you guys say you are freight forwarders, some say you are licensed customs agents. What is the issue? The CRFFN is supposed to take care of all of these people in spite of whatever you call yourselves, and that is what it says. A licensed customs agent is supposed to have other things that they do in order to be fully called freight forwarders, and they don't do all those things. So because you say you are only interested in clearing goods from the ports, you should only be limited to being called licensed customs agents, and then the others who do more than that should be called the freight forwarders. I don't think that.
Tilly, hold on. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon. Still, I'm the one that come back here. It's like from IDD here. I'm the one that come back.
Okay. Your name?
Okay. I say about the defection of the politics people here and there. That one, although that one is already happened. In some years back, let me say during PDP, what is the power is happened. Almost Nigeria is being to one party at that time. If you know, people not forget. PDP, that time, ANPP become to PDP, so here and there. So that's what is going to happen to APC now. But at the end of the day, what happened to PDP is going to happen to APC. That is the reality.
Thank you, sir. All right. So, this issue of CRFFN, and this issue of CFRN and freight forwarders, I don't know how they're going to resolve it. It's like they're living in denial.
Yeah, some of them are living in denial.
This is something they should patronize, something they should
embrace.
Embrace.
It's an entity meant for their welfare.
For their welfare and their enlightenment. Because, it's all about, it's going to create
training
and retraining. But I don't know why they want to get stuck in that old
way of doing things.
Way of doing those archaic way of doing things. Custom has moved on. I don't know, see the innovations Custom is putting out. Why don't they try and benefit from this organization as well?
Well, it beats me why this consistent quarrel is going on while the world is leaving them behind. Because what they do not understand is this: if you continue to quarrel, if you continue to be at each other's throat, those things that you are supposed to gain won't come to you, and other people take those things, and you miss out. So they need to continue to come together and, as a common front, embrace the reality of the moment, embrace the CRFFN that's supposed to regulate you guys, and then talk about the welfare of the individual and the collective people within the group.
All right, Diddy, let's dive into a little bit of politics with what's happening with NNPP and Kwakwanso, and the Kwakwansai movement, because Kwakwansia movement. Yeah. It looks like the center can no longer hold.
Yeah, like Achebe said.
Yes.
It's yes. The wave of defection all over the country. Some people have accused the government at the center, the federal government, of trying to turn Nigeria into a one-party state, and the federal government is the APC government is actually succeeding the way it is going. Virtually, now we have 28 as at the last count, 28 governors out of 36 in one political.
No, it's gone to 20. I think they're having 29 now.
29.
And not 29, 30 or so.
It's ridiculous. What they keep talking about is being aligned to the center and being able to get access to the things that the federal government have in stock for the various states, as if they've not been getting it before. It's ridiculous. The excuses that they are advancing for joining this so-called center is so ridiculous, because it has not improved the efficiency in terms of the management of funds, in terms of the management of the human resources, in terms of effective carrying out of government functions all over the place. So what are you talking about now? You want to be closer to the function? Has it increased the allocation to states from the federal from the federal purse? Has it? So we need the tangible proof that these defections are really working in favor of those people who have the state.
In favor of the people.
Huh?
In favor of the people.
Yeah.
All right.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, oh God, The thing is, it's funny the way our politicians are reasoning. Our politicians are doing things, and they give, a governor comes out and he tells you, I'm going to give you 2.5 million votes. I'm going to give you 3 million votes.
As if he doesn't have, he has only one vote. Too.
Yes, as if
he's not even sure that his wife
will
is going to vote for the person.
I mean, we saw election a few years back where a candidate had only one vote.
And he has a family.
And we also saw one where a candidate had no vote. But yeah, the candidate went to vote. So apparently he went to vote for another candidate.
Can you imagine that?
So for those who are busy, the camping, rolling over, and all of that, I keep asking, is this how bereft of ideas the political class has become?
Yes, my man. Well, this is the Maritime and Border Show, but we are delving into politics here. It's taking, but you see, to me, it's so appalling that the quality of leadership that we are producing in the country, rather than improve, has sort of dwindled over the years. The quality of people who occupy very important positions are not as informed as they used to be when I was growing up. Yes.
Hello, good afternoon.
Jilaka and Tommy.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, sir.
It's Chief Joseph. My credit got finished that time.
Okay, all right. You're welcome back, sir.
Yeah. So we are now introducing another one concerning politics. That is
no, we just today we are sort of freestyling because
we're recapping what happened in the whole of last year.
What happened last year, and our guest for today did not. But he was stuck somewhere.
Well, you ended up saying that the politicization of what is happening within the customs agents and other practitioners is what they need to sort out. Really, and that is supposed to be true. You see, if you look at it critically, we are modeling up issues. You see, the customs man is a specialist defending all that it takes to clear a good. It's not in other areas trying to say how to make up for transporting. But all this is now is they are being brought up into one council, which is full for the what do you call it, CRFFN. Yes, these customs agents. I said about it earlier when I was there. So brilliant in what we are doing, but sometimes they will not hear you quickly. You see, the issue of taxation and collection of duties is mainly on the customs agent who knows about this internal revenue generation. And if they are going to be placed under control, it's supposed to be under the tax regulatory body, which has to retain them for this purpose. You cannot generalize the customs agent into, though they take responsibility. Yes, because if you go into maritime business, both chandling and everything are there, numerous. And that is why if we have a government that knows what it's doing, the maritime industry is a specialized area that no government will play with. They will make sure that everything goes well within that sector. What caught me most? Yes.
One small question I wanted to ask. I want to ask you is this: you are saying that freight forwarders are different from licensed customs agents, have you?
Yeah, they are business the international maritime, international borders. We are talking of international borders.
That's freight forwarders.
Yes, we freight forwarders. International borders. They say about the ship, how to load, how to make sure the goods are packaged well and transported and lifted up.
Yeah,
but we are talking about, yes, tell me.
Yeah, why I'm asking that question is part of what you are required to do as a licensed custom agent is in ownership of your truck for the conveyance of goods. Is that not part of what you are supposed to, you are required to have?
Yeah, that was yes when it was still a kind of domesticated business.
Oh, no, sir, it's still so, sir. This is part of what
It,
just hold on, sir.
it's part,
I want
and that
to,
is
we are trying to let the audience, other people to learn. That's why
yes,
I'm asking
yes,
this question. This is part
yes,
of what you're supposed to have. A truck
yes,
to help convey
Your
whatever goods
container.
container you clear
yes,
from point A to point B.
Point B.
That's from the port to the destination.
yes.
So does that not make you a freight forwarder? You are into different things.
It's, that is look, when we are talking about making sure that things changes with time, eh? We need to look at it critically.
So this is
That
the point
that
I'm
if
trying
we
to make
come
is
to
this. The point I'm
yes,
trying to make with sir is
yes,
this. The
yes,
CRFFN is there to bring everybody
Under one
under one umbrella and to regulate the profession. That's just a point. Whether you call yourself a licensed customs agent or a freight forwarder, they see it from the angle of bringing everybody under one umbrella. Since you are working within that space, the maritime space, and then
yes.
to regulate
The activities.
the activities, and then help for your welfare too. So that's the point I'm trying to make. I'm
Well,
not.
there's nothing wrong in doing such thing. The only thing is that when
I wish the registrar of CRFFN can come to the studio. We've been trying to invite him, but obviously he's very busy person to come to the
okay,
studio and clarify matters on this issue regarding the nomenclature and description
uh,
of who's.
it should come, but the point I'm trying to make is it's whichever way it goes, we are talking about a better society, a better Nigeria.
Exactly.
The,
That's
the,
what
the,
all
the,
of
that is what the
the essence of this
CRFFN
program.
stands for.
Yes,
And that's what
that
this
is
program stands for.
yes. By the time this issue was on, it was a political issue. The actors at that time were dragging who is right and who is wrong. But with what you are saying now, yes. But then the recognition, like I'm trying to say, because I went to one of the meetings of the shippers something and something. You see, there are so many things that are supposed to brought into this. The customs agent is not supposed to be molded up with every other activity because it is very critical for revenue collection in Nigeria.
Okay. Thank
So,
you so very much, sir.
Yes,
Let's give
thank
other
so
people
that's
time the chance to contribute.
okay.
Yeah, messages are flowing in, and here we have one which says, "Good afternoon, VOP. My question is that why is it that the NDLA doesn't bring those seized drugs and destroy publicly for us to know that they are transparent in that agency? Same thing goes to customs also. My name is SP from Apapa. Well, Mr. SP, of course, sometimes when the NDLA destroys some of these things, they do invite the press to come and watch. I think they have a dump site somewhere around the Korodu where they do the burning and the dumping of some of the things that they seize. Personally, I think I've been in one or two of their places where they destroy some of the things that the items that they seize. That's for that. And another one comes in and says, "Good afternoon, Prince Shilaka and Odile or Tommy." The person has murdered my name. My name is spelled Dili and then Utomi. My first name is Dili. My surname is Otomi, Utomi. Okay, it says, "Good afternoon, Prince Chilaka and Dili Utomi in the studio. Me, I really support what Trump is doing today all over the world because some leaders are very stubborn, like Nigerian president that does not care for the citizens. So if President Trump happens to intervene in Nigerian situation because of bad governance, will you blame Trump? Please, President Trump, go on and checkmate all those confused rulers." Mayor from Ikotun. Another one says, "Good afternoon, those in the studio. We know AB is APC member. Believe he is paid to push out the narratives that the country is working, while we know that the country is not working, and they still want to tax the poor. Come to and say we vote them out massively, that they won't be able to rig." This is Olamide from Ikotun.
Yeah, hold on, Dilly, one more. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello. Mr. Prince Chilaka.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, AB from Epe calling.
AB, you can't be the only one blocking my line now. You have had your time.
Somebody called you like 3 times now.
Okay.
Can I talk?
All right, go on and talk, AB.
I want to talk concerning the defection. It is expected. You see, PDP is in a disarray now. So you don't expect those governors coming for second term. You should not have the place. So that's why they are defecting. Just as people are defecting to the ruling party, others are also defecting to ADC. So we should not. And another thing is that this current president, when he was in opposition, he was the one sponsoring all these parties. So that's why most of them are seeing him as a good man, and they are defecting towards. So just like in the issue of Jimmy Agbaji, we know that he was the one. Jimmy Agbaji was supplying the medicines in all Lagos states, and he was, in fact, then just to cut the long story short, he was the one sponsoring all these small parties then. So now it's time for him to reap what he did then. So that's why we are seeing the defection.
All right,
thank you very much. Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from.
Chilaka, sorry. Robert, let me just talk about the Attorney Joshua issue, sir. If I were to be the person trying that driver, even though if he's dead, I will brought his dead body to the court and make sure I try the dead body. There is nobody that will tell me that that man was not on high speed. Nobody. Considering what happened. The truck that the guy hit,
the stationary truck,
it was stationary and the road was free. You understand? So even my question, sir, that kind of vehicle is a bulletproof. The airbag, we did not see the airbag. At least the airbag will have used their head to hit that place. You understand? So that's for that.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Please permit me.
Let me ask you a question.
Mr. Chilaka, I'm annoyed when people talk about this tax law. Okay. Somebody raised an eyebrow in that house that this law that they implemented this year, they rotated it, right? Another committee was set up. The committee has not come up with a resolution, and the government went ahead to implement it. Whether the tax law will favor Nigeria or not, that's not the issue. The issue is that how can the National Assembly pass a bill to become a law, send it to the president, assent, and somebody who is the president? The president does not have, does mean that senator was part of those who negotiated that bill. It's like, why can't I make this public, make something public? Let everybody see the one that was passed and the one they rotated. Let everybody see if that lawmaker is, and what is the punishment for it? Are they going to allow this to be swept under the carpet? Okay, if it is true that the law was altered, okay, let's return it back and correct it and let it be like that. So who altered it? What is the punishment? That is the question. You understand? Why are we behaving as if Nigeria has become a banana republic? I don't understand.
All right, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good day to you.
Lily, please continue.
I'm trying to see if other messages came in. Okay. Okay, no, this one is talking about trying to tackle AB. It says, this Austin Alaba, Chilaka and Dilo told me, thank you for stopping AB, man, or whatever. You see, that man has been calling every radio station, talking about what he does not know all the time, showing that he loves Tinubu and his government better than anyone else. Well, everybody should state their own opinions, and
everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
So,
we're talking about the events of 2025. The Nigerian Customs Service, met their targets, and of course, I know for sure that the Apapa Area Command and the Tinkan Area Command, Apapa Area Command, Tinkan Area Command
exceeded
the 1.5 trillion naira mark, and as at December 20th, when the CAC, Comptroller Frank Onyeka, had a press briefing, they had exceeded the targets for the year by over 8%, and that was still when the year was still running. So I'm sure that they've even extended the record a bit further. So also did the Upper Command of the Nigerian Customs Service. And generally speaking, we talked about NIMASA, what they have done in the course of the year 2025. NIWA also has been up and doing in terms of trying to make sure that more areas within more navigable areas of the Nigerian inland waters are used for water transportation, and they distributed a whole lot of life jackets to boat operators for use. The problem mainly here is that they need to have more training for the boat drivers, or what they call them, and then the use of life jackets is not strictly adhered to, because like the case of the capsized boat at Igbologun within the waters around the Niger and Snake Island ports area, if those who were in that boat, all of them had their life jackets on, more lives would have been saved.
Yeah, Jelly, I think last year we talked severally about the issue of life jackets, and we asked the question: why is it that those who operate these boats and those who use these boats, why do they find it difficult using these life jackets? Because I don't understand why somebody will be going into the high sea and you're not wearing a life jacket. Not even that you can swim.
I keep saying that it's crazy. Each time I want to board any boat, because of course I use some of these boats myself, I board the boat. You are handed a life jacket, but you see most people will hold it in their hands, boarding the boat, not wearing it.
Why? What's the problem?
I think they need to start doing enforcement, because the life jackets are there.
But even if you do the enforcement at the point of entry, you understand?
The person can still once he gets into the boat,
take it off.
It's crazy. Something that's meant to protect you. If peradventure the unthinkable happens, and you remove it.
This is an appeal to every Nigerian out there that uses boats, that once you're going onto the waters, please, for your own safety, make sure you put on your life jacket. Please, we are begging you.
It's an appeal.
I'm making to you this morning.
The crew of the Maritime and Border Show.
Yes.
Please, use your life jackets each time you are entering the boat. They are available there. Please. It saves lives.
Excuse me. And if the boat you're about to enter doesn't have it, please don't board.
Don't board.
Please.
Make sure that a request for it to be given to you. More messages are coming in. I can see one here. It says, Dilute Tom, I like the way you handle. This one's making my head swell. I like the way you handle this program. You are so vast with the maritime and border institutions. You really know your onions and always not off point. Keep it up. Thank you so very much. You didn't put your name. Thank you very much. That's a very big word of encouragement to me. Another one says, welcome back, Dilly. Welcome back, Dilly. Oh, thank you so very much. Of course, I'm not doing it alone. I'm here with my colleague here, Prince Francis Chilaka. And of course, the men at the console.
The back end men.
Yeah. Okay, this one says, Happy New Year, the VOP family. Thank you. Happy New Year to you.
Wish you the same.
Okay, more messages. Please keep it flowing in. This is the Maritime and Border Show. Of course, you have our lines. This program is open for sponsorship. You can call in and let's talk. This veritable means for you to get your messages across to millions of people within Lagos and around Lagos. It's
outside Lagos.
Yeah.
I mean, you can practically for now, you can listen to VOP wherever you are.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it is terrestrial, so it's not limited to Lagos. So as we're cruising home, last year, the Nigerian Shippers Council didn't have they didn't have it as smooth
Yeah, as they should.
as they should, because all we got throughout last year were complaints and all of that. But something happened towards the end of the year, which is the new act that is about to be passed.
Yeah.
And we believe that act, when it is passed, it will give them more
power, more impetus
yes,
to act
do,
more, to do
know,
more,
because
they've been talking about it.
Yeah, and they also claim that that's why they have not been able to,
Yeah.
to function. So we're hoping that between now and the first quarter of this year, that bill will be passed and signed into law, and so that people can get reprieve when they go to Nigerian Shippers Council.
Yeah. And again, the issue of the proposed national single window, which should be coming on stream
by March.
We expect it to simplify and make it easier for people to clear their goods and to access the facilities within the maritime sector in order to do businesses and help the economic to grow and bring in more people on board in terms of job creation, job opportunities and other opportunities.
Yeah, talking about the single window, I'm also saying that the Nigerian Customs, since they're the ones spearheading it, should organize
the lead agency.
Yeah, they should organize more stakeholders
engagement.
Yes, they need to train and retrain and get people involved so that people will understand and not feel that it is something that like everybody is getting confused about the tax law, so that people won't get confused. But they need to do more stakeholders engagement so that at the end of the day, when it's rolled out in March, we won't be talking about glitches and all of that. And also talking about the Biodogu, I want to believe that by now all the
complaints, all the glitches would have been taken care of,
so that it will become a smooth sail for.
One thing for sure is that there are less complaints about glitches from Bodogu anyway right now, but of course we know that it can always be better. Then continuous improvement on things, innovation. It has no limit. You can't say that all the things that should be discovered or all the things that should be developed have been developed. Of course not. It doesn't work that way. We keep developing every day, making things better so that it becomes easier, it becomes cheaper, it becomes more accessible.
Yeah, and also last year two major events happened. The international or is it OIC? The international maritime body that we finally came back to.
Okay, the IMO, International Maritime Organization.
So that's
landmark.
That's a landmark achievement, and also the appointment of the
CG, the Comptroller General of Customs, as the chairman of board of the World Customs Organization. That's a very powerful position for us to have as a country.
Yeah, so we look forward to more. We hope that this year there'll be more milestones to be gathered, and that the maritime and blue economy would grow and become, like we said, it's a vast wealth that Nigeria is
untapped wealth.
Yes.
They keep saying these examples. People keep citing the example of Philippines. It's a maritime nation, and the kind of returns it gets, as in maybe they are trained seafarers and other people that they train that work within the maritime sector. The kind of money it generates back into the Philippine economy is so vast. It's a large chunk of it is from these guys, and then Nigeria can tap into it. We aside from shipbuilding or moving goods from one place to the other. There are a whole lot of untapped resources within the maritime sector. Are you talking about fishery? That's aquaculture. Are you talking about tourism? Are you talking about?
There's so much.
You just say water transportation. A whole lot to do within the sector to generate revenue, to create opportunities for people to tap into, get jobs, get engaged, and make money, make a living, and build the economy much bigger than it presently is.
So this were a milestone, and then there were a lot of promotions that happened last year.
Of course.
Nigerian Army, Nigerian Air Force, Nigerian Police, Nigerian
customs, everywhere.
So and we're seeing the benefits of these promotions. Like customs is becoming too obvious that a lot of DCs who have just been promoted or who have been promoted
are given chains of command.
They've been allowed to showcase themselves. The same thing with the Army. And then when we talk about the Army, the military, and the Air Force, let's not forget what they're doing with terrorism now.
Sure.
They're up there doing the best they can, and I believe that they'll be able to curb the menace of this non-state actors.
My man, I just keep saying it. Do the right thing at the right time. Give the right people the right equipment. You see, Nigerians, we are very wonderful people. As a kid who grew up here in Lagos, I used to have the image of the police I had was a terrible one, until one day certain things that were put under my I was responsible for. And my encounter with the officers in that area changed my mindset in terms of the Nigerian
so you came to understand why they say the police is your friend.
yes, that day, yes. That day, it's a long story, but I'll make it as short as possible. I was in a place where a stationary object that some of these billboards that you have. I used to work with a company that I managed their billboards within some areas, and on monthly basis we used to go around to check all these property, the billboards in the area I was managing. And I got to a place and I saw that this thing is not something you can touch, you lift with your hand. You need to have this high heavy duty equipment to move the crane. But I saw that this thing has been cut and rewelded. I mean, you saw that there was a joint somewhere. I was now, is it a miracle? Is it some kind of magic that happened here? So the policemen who were standing by just about some meters away saw the way I was looking at this billboard, the stanchion, as the base, the one that stands up. And they said, "Okay, are you the owner of this?" I said, "Yes, my company. I'm the manager. My company owns this." And I'm looking at it. This thing has been cut and then put back and rejoined, but it's perfectly standing. But you see the mark
has been reduced.
no, actually, it was not reduced, but you see the joint.
So why would they cut it and join it?
What happened was that they not started telling me what happened. That a lorry was about to have an accident, used the board as a wedge, and then hit it, and then the thing broke, and they compelled the man to go and park the lorry at their compound until he comes to repair this, and he has to go and look for a crane to come and lift this thing and then repair this thing. If not for the fact that you saw the joint, you wouldn't know that anything happened.
If they had painted it well.
Maybe if they had painted it well, or and then smoothing it, you wouldn't have known. But you see with the joint. So and I was like, so Nigerian police can be this good, and they didn't contact because her name, the phone number was on the board. They didn't call us. They just
took the initiative.
Yeah, took the initiative and said, "This man, you must repair this property that is damaged. We don't know the owner, but you must repair it." And
I think that was when Nigeria had communal living. When there was, community.
No, this is not too long ago. This is just about maybe let's say about 14 years.
I mean, that was when you had Nigeria. I mean, that was when Nigeria was the way Nigeria was facing out, but it still had a little bit of it in place.
Have you?
Yes. Because
it changed my mindset about the Nigerian police. So I was not telling myself, so you can have people who really are dedicated to their job, who know what they should do, and do it at the right time. I had so much respect for that man. I took his number, because he was actually the officer on duty that day at that checkpoint when that thing happened, and he took the initiative of saying, you must repair this damaged billboard before you take your truck away, and it was done. I didn't have anything to give to him, but I thanked him so profusely. I took his number and I was calling him.
No, but there was a time when you could actually go to sleep and leave your car doors open without locking it. I mean, there was a time people could go to sleep without locking their doors.
Yeah.
But you can't do that in Nigeria.
There was a time when Nigeria, you could put your 10-year-old child into a car and say, send him to the north, and then without any kind of that child will get to that place. Nigerians will ensure that the child is secure.
Exactly, but today you can't take that.
You can't take that.
I had a very funny story that during the Xmas somebody ordered a ride to move food items from. They were moving food items, so the person didn't want to go, but the person just wanted so that they can drop off the food, and the rider disappeared with the food.
Cooked food or raw?
Cooked food.
Lord have mercy. Has it gone that bad?
Don't you see cartoons where people go, when you put something on the fire, they go and carry your pot? So these are the things that are affecting Nigerians. And that's why we're saying that this whole tax law, Nigerians need to understand it better. Yeah. The government needs to spend time educating and informing the Nigerian people.
So that they don't create more problems rather than solving
Yes, and now especially where it's been fingered that the law has been breached. Somewhere something was added, something was subtracted. I would call on Mr. President to be a listening president and find a way to ensure that, Nigerians don't feel betrayed, don't feel that you're not listening to them, don't feel that they're not worth of your time, So this has been...
This is the Maritime and Border Show. It's been quite interesting today, talking with our listeners and audiences who called in to give their opinions about some of the things that we read in the news. We're sorry that our guest for today couldn't.
No, you shouldn't be sorry. It just happened.
But it's been quite interesting having you guys there calling in and expressing your opinions about issues within the country. You are the reason why we are here, and we keep serving you. We also need to have sponsorship for this program. Of course, you can call me. The numbers I've reeled out, and you can also call my own personal number on 0802-7590-195.
You can call me on 081-2111-8789. It's been the Maritime and Brother Show, and I'm signing out. My name is Prince Chinaka.
My name is Dili Utomi. See you next week.